almost. Just when you got going. I think it's going to play it again here. Let's see. You stayed on time the whole time, though. So and you know, I think that the song is a little bit faster, but they tend to pick faster for the newer levels because it's harder to go to control the slowness.
It is.
Yeah. So that was good. The timing was like the best thing because that, you know, again, that's like the first thing. Out of time. Check you off.
I had a real hard time counting down and figuring out when to start. I get a couple false starts, you know.
Well, I think you got to not start too quickly.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people do that,
and they rush, and then they rush into.
This has a nice little beat. You can hear the.
What?
27, 8.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right?
Yeah. Or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, whatever. Yeah.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now, and if you started on the 1 or you started, if you counted to 6 like that, if you started on the 4, either one would be on time, but starting on the 1 is a little more musical, right? Because you're starting with the strongest down. We were talking about that, But you're not going to be, if you accidentally hit the 4, it's still fine. Yeah. You're not going to get marked down, but you might be thought, it just looks a little bit more musical if you do get that. Yeah.
Good. So is that everything we so far know? Do we want to do the one where we...
Oh, the zigzag thing.
Zigzag thing, yeah. Is that too much to do?
No, I think you could probably do that one too. And then the one from the convention.
Yeah,
Did
see,
you
I
want to
always
do
mix
that
up
one?
between the back-to-back and then I kind of blend them together. And so, and then, you know, like I don't think we want to mess with the syncopations and the advanced one.
Right. So maybe just do the back-to-back because I like the way when you do the back-to-back that we have that nice ending to it.
Nice
so maybe just
it's probably a little more straightforward than
They are very similar. You're right. So I think, instead of doing that one, I would say do the spiral.
The conventional one actually has it's more silver, right? Because it's crossings.
Right.
So should we practice?
The spiraling ones?
Well, let's try several of them. Let's just do a whole bunch of things. See if we can get our timing right. The back thing. That zigzag thing, whatever. We'll try different things.
All right. But now, is this writing? This is my forearm. Just listening to it. Is that okay?
That's good. Right. And to try to keep it so that your elbows point out away from the body instead of down towards the floor, right? Yeah. And, you know, I already think that you've gotten more flexibility in this shoulder, actually. But, so do you see how you have yours up off of his slightly? You wouldn't want it, like, way off, because then you start drawing attention to the gap here.
Yeah.
But just ever so slightly, like that, is good because it's easy for it to start. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah. Yeah, I think when you got off time there when you
Stepped on this foot.
yeah.
I did that. That would be trouble.
Oh, yay. I didn't know if you were still here or not. Thank you. Thank
If you don't mind blocking out on the booking sheet.
I wrote it on the booking sheet. Melissa was standing there with me. It was weird. I know. I just looked. Because initially I wrote it on last week by mistake, and then I transferred it over last time when I was here. I know it's not there. I looked. But I have been starting. I know.
We need a refresher how to do this step. I'm not sure we got it right.
Good.
We don't open up like that to do that, right?
Yeah, you're doing something a little different, but it still works.
No, but I don't think we're supposed to open up, right? Don't we stay
on the spiral one, or which one are you trying to do?
Oh, that is.
Oh, yeah. You don't open up on that one.
No, we don't open up. I didn't know what you were doing.
No, I thought that's the one I was trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, how to do it.
Straight down, and then it's an outside part.
Yep.
One between the legs, right? 3, then 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so you're going to start straight towards her. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, outside. So the outside is 1, 1, 2, 3. Whoop, that time you turned a little bit away. Let me do it this way. Let me just see. Oh, there's a slippery spot right there. And this is actually the silver version of it, where we're not closing our feet. Okay. But I think you'll be okay with that.
So, I gotta get my foot out. So,
yeah, so first step goes forward down the line. Second step, you start to turn, and so that you turn into this diagonal. So it's forward and diagonal. Diagonal, and then you just go from diagonal, forward, diagonal. Diagonal, forward, diagonal. So the first one you're starting, up the other one. Diagonal, forward, diagonal. Yep. Yep. Just on the first one.
oh, just on the first one?
Yeah. Then one will be into diagonal.
Oh, okay, so I was right. After a while I said, wait a minute, I'm not going straight ahead.
You actually did it right.
Oh, okay.
It's just that you start out here and then you start turning, and then after that it's all to diagonals. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, yep, up. Yeah, I think you turned a little bit early because you did that when I danced it with your shoe. Yeah, you kind of set your diagonal up a little early. That's so weird that I can just play that song. Like,
do you have a subscription or something, or
no? Not that I know of. Yeah, I get a $500 bill for playing that song over. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, occasionally you have trouble getting across to that side. Let me just do it with you again. It starts out good, but every once in a while I think it just gets a little bit faster. Now, when I came out, I stayed on that side of you.
I was supposed to notice that.
Yeah, right. You're like, wait, what is she doing over there? So I'm going to keep doing 1, 2, 3 that way, and then I can go into the left turn again. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. So I'm going to come out right here on this side. 1, 2, 3, and then the left turn. And then I can go into...
There is a slippery spot there.
Yeah, there is, huh? You see how I stayed on that side to do my 3 steps to come out?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's try it. I see what happened, Elliott, with your feet. Sometimes when you're going this way, you end up with your feet turned to here. They don't get turned back to this corner. And then you're having to kind of step over yourself. So it happens when you're going, yeah. So it happens when you're going here. Your toe has to go to there and to there. So you end up with your toes only here and instead of to that. Okay, let's try that.
So turn them all the way to that corner. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. But that was good.
I was so focused on the step, I was just the depth of the music here.
Yeah, so that seemed to be better, right? So, yeah.
I can see how that is.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep the eyes up. Eyes up. Actually look at each other. That'd be nice. There you go. Nice. Nice.
thing.
Yeah.
I got confused.
But that was going well, though. Yeah.
was all right.
So the things that you're going to have to your advantage are timing, right? Because you can keep on time. It's just making sure that you do. Where some people.
Yeah, for a while we had a lot of time that we kind of resync.
Yeah. Timing and the way that you actually move across the floor. So you'd be like passing up some of the other couples. That would be just kind of right.
Yeah.
So those are the things that we can that we're playing up because all the moves that you're doing are traveling moves. So you're playing up that you can travel around the floor and stay on time, and those are two really important things. Now, so if we can get the posture, because that's another really easy thing to kind of just look out and like you said, you can see yourself, right? So one of the things, let me just turn it down for a second. But the moves, I think, are good, right? I think those are enough moves, and they move you.
Knowing when you're going to do something.
And the more comfortable that you can be with it, the more you can focus your attention on making sure that you're right. If you're doing things that are so difficult that you're like, wait, and you're, So I do notice, and you can see this on the video, if I put my hand on her back here, that it tends to be down, like, do you see how far my arm is around? And it's my elbow's way almost under you, and the hand here. And I think, when we bring it back here.
I know, sometimes I feel like I'm forcing her around the corner.
So if you look, I'm just barely, and I think we were talking about before, is that what I try to make sure and do is connect her arm and her back together. So my arm and hand is, and I'll turn this towards the camera, is kind of the link that joins that into one piece. Here, it's not one piece, right? You can do all these different things, and I have no control. But if I have you here, so maybe just holding this, so if I have you right here, so if I'm doing the man's part for a second, you don't have to do any steps. But if I'm holding you here and your arm is here, there's kind of, especially if this is low, there's no connection, right? But if I'm here.
This is the connection right here, right?
And you feel how here, and even if I'm here but the hand is low, but having it up into this, do you see how that, and then you can feel where I'm moving. Here, I got a hold of this, but I don't really have, and that's the most important thing, is to have the connection, because I could literally not even have my hand on your back, and you can feel where I'm moving, because I have the connection to the arm. And now I just put the hand down so that it rests, but if I connect with the hand,
don't know.
Okay.
It's funny, interesting how much of a difference that makes. Because as soon as I went to here, it was like, whoa, it was hard to, synchronize with each other.
And how about our footwork? I don't even all I know is most of the time I feel like I'm on my toes, so I don't know if I'm doing it right.
The heels and toes and all that. Well, let me put you together one time and just look at that, that connection real quick. See if we can get.
When Carrie does it,
so keep this up to here a little bit more. Does that feel?
Better,
because maybe your elbow's not going to be as high, but you can keep the hand higher. Because your hand, I would say, if you look, tends to be down here more, right? And then we have that gap there. So at least we can keep the hand higher up there.
And if right here is supporting that.
Yes. And see that? There you go. Now just watch that you don't do this where you contract her in, so you kind of pull yourself forward into her. And so his elbow is going to be a little bit low if you have just a little bit here where it's not, like I said, if there's a big gap like this, then you kind of disconnect from him. But this is more the connection that you want to have. And you be careful, you don't want to push down, because then his arm will get tired and then it'll start sliding down. So it's more that he's lifting up to you than you pressing down to him. Right? Okay, and then the footwork, getting the heels and toes all in line, and that takes some practice and all those things that we were doing to strengthen the feet. And
because you're already in heels, that tends to put you into the balls of the feet more, and the men tend to be more flat into the feet. So that's one thing you'll be able to see when you watch yourself is, like you said, you tend to kind of have flat feet. We tend to, because we're on our heels more, it's harder to take a heel. We're on the balls of our feet more, excuse me. It's harder to want to take a heel because, you know, you got to step on that little spot right there. So the tendency is to not want to do that.
Do my toes on.
Right. So just remembering on one is always a heel if you're going forward, either person. So he's going to be going forward a little more often than you are, obviously. So, and yours is not usually the heel lead, but you sometimes have the heel lead on the 2 or the 3, right? So the 1, 2, 3 sometimes becomes 1, 2, 3. Even so that would be the piece of it to think about there. I can specifically look at some spots, like right here, make sure and do a heel, or make sure do a toe, or whatever you need to be doing.
Okay.
Did you have a particular question?
Well, I was thinking, when we do this one thing where we go
Yep.
back like this, I remember I'm supposed to be, I think go this way. Maybe you're supposed to be facing
The angle of your
this way.
feet.
I forgot which way.
Yeah, so they're going to be at a diagonal. So if I'm on this side, they're going to be kind of a diagonal this way and diagonal that way on that side,
so
right?
just remember.
And each time that we're taking our step, one will be the foot closest to each other. So when I'm on this side, you're going to be going with the foot closest to me.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with the foot closest, and that's going to be a 1, so that's a heel.
Okay.
And do you see where the contact is right here? Yeah, so take it up as close to my, that's it. Do you see
Back to resting like this. Okay.
Yeah. So just lifting your hand higher will help for the, the restriction of your elbow.
I didn't think we stepped together in the middle, so that's an important thing.
Yep. So this is 1, 2, 3. Now closest foot, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And do you see right there on 3? That should have been a toe.
Oh, okay.
So the only time we do heel is on 1.
Okay, let's try that again.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
boy, that takes a lot of discipline.
Right, there's so many different pieces to think about, right? It's like, and then keeping the hand up higher, keeping the eyes up, keeping the body positioned towards each other.
Oh no, let's do this. Wait, to get it,
Yeah, you can
do a twinkle, right?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Eyes up. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Heel, toe, toe, heel, toe, toe. Yeah. Good.
The years of putting up here, you got to really consciously think of
Yeah.
what muscle memory yet.
Yeah, so that was better. So you definitely got your heels going on that 1.
Okay, let's try that with music.
Yeah.
Because I think you can feel it.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3, heel, 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 heel. Now, the other thing that we were working on this with, to clean it up a little bit, is this is the one on 2, you step between her feet.
Yeah, I wasn't hitting the hoop.
So it started like 2 started to move sideways, and then it's harder to get across for her. Perfect start. One, two, three, 1, 2. Yeah, so when you go across, and let me just, actually I'll do it first with Linda. So I'll do it slower than the music for a second. So if we have 1, 2, 3. So starting there, I actually stepped between your feet on 2. So 1, 2. So do you see how I'm still facing this way? 3. So 3, I have a little bit of angle to you instead of here. It's just a slight angle towards you. And so from this angle, as you come across, I will be straightening up. Instead of staying at this angle, you see now, oh, you're on this side, right? You see I stayed at that angle? So when you come across, each time she crosses me, I turn to the front again. So again, I'll do it slower than the music so we can see. So I'm here, slight angle towards you because you're on that side. But now I'm going to face here on 2, you can see, and then 3, slight angle towards you. Then it's 1, I've got to come back to the front and slight angle towards you on that side. Yeah. Then I always go back to the front, slight angle towards you. Now what was happening, it was doing that.
Yeah, right.
And you were going one way and he was going the other, right? And so it was harder to get across.
Yeah.
So once I get her over here, if I just do it by myself, you can see she's on this side. So it's just a very slight turn into kind of the diagonal. And then she's here. And when she passes 1, I have to make sure that 2 is straight forward. Then when she comes to this side, 3, just a slight angle that way. 1, 2, I'm facing straight forward as she passes. 3, slight angle to the side that she's on. And then I want to be careful that as I pass her, I don't keep that angle, that I then continue to change the angle to the direction she goes.
Slow motion, turn the music
Yeah.
up.
I know it can be a little distracting. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. So you have a slight angle, 1, 2, slight angle towards her, 3. Straighten up, 2, slight angle, 3. Straighten up down the line, slight angle, 3. Yes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So you have a tendency as you're passing her to this side, let's say she's over here, as she's going that way, you want to go the opposite way for some reason, instead of just staying here and then following her direction. So you started to do it only maybe just right at the end, but up until there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Did that feel easier, Linda, to get across?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still wonder if he's angled towards me.
A little bit, yeah. He could probably angle just slightly towards you on the
I
3.
feel like I'm more angled towards him.
Yeah.
Our angles should be equal,
Yeah.
probably.
And again, it's just, it's like I'm not even turning my feet anymore. If it's on this side, I'm just a little bit that way. If she's this side, as opposed to being just flat down the floor. But that was much better. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, angle towards her, and just looking at her tends to help. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that was definitely better. So getting the body angles, and so then it's easy to do that, get the angles right, and then forget about the feet, and then forget about the hand being high enough. So just taking one piece at a time.
Let's try the music again with that. Let's see what keep time.
So you danced in Hawaii, huh?
Yeah, you
I saw that. Oh my
He
gosh.
corrected me. It's not 12,000. It's 11,000.
11,000.
But it's so huge. It's we never run into anybody. Just do whatever you want.
Wow. That's like Balboa Park. Have you been down there?
No.
Oh yeah.
But it's
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Up. Much better. Yeah. Much better. And that one, your footwork was better on that too. So, yeah. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you even got a smile on your face. All right. 1, 2, 3, 1. Nice. Nice. He just walks away from you. She's like, wait.
Okay, so what else should we practice? That was helpful to get that.
How about the spiral one again?
Yeah.
To music. This one?
The one where
Where you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one, well, go ahead and try it one more time. And if it happens again, it might have just been that time. Awesome. Okay, so that one, you have to be careful that she doesn't go to promenade, because everything else is like a twinkle to promenade.
Yeah.
So instead of turning her out to this way, I have to make sure that she goes, So I have to make sure that as I'm turning that I don't push. Yes.
Because it seemed natural to go do something.
Yeah, and there, do you see a couple of times on that side over there? When you do 1, 2, 3, so on the 2 to the 3, there's a little pivot.
Right.
And so because you tend to get a little flat in your foot there, you don't get that pivot. So when you go over to this side, you end up here, and then you have to, you're like too far on that side of her. So if you step forward with your right foot, you're going to already be going at this angle here. And then this one, do you see how I turn it down the line? And then I'm going to turn it to this diagonal. So that's too much.
I just observed something I wasn't like you go here, your next step, I tend to go here and then pivot.
Yeah.
But you're actually going, you're stepping across, so that'll help me.
So this going 1, 2, 3. And do you see how I went to here instead of all the way to the mirrors? But do it one more time. I think you might have started with the other foot. So start with the right foot for this particular side of it. Right, left, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, do you see how you're pivoting on the 2 now? Yeah. And so in order to pivot on the 2, your heel has to be off the floor. So if you're flat-footed there, you can't pivot. Yeah.
I got sidetracked. I'll do a different step.
Pivot, 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 yeah, whoop, whoop. Yeah.
With a cross.
It kind of looked like when you pivoted, you pivot a
Because I got
little.
confused. I was going to bring my feet together instead of a cross.
Yep. Much better, yeah. And now we're even on time with the music. Yes, good exit. Yeah, so got a little bit out of time there, but that was good. The pattern was good. Just got a little fast there at the end. Okay. Yeah. Yay. Yeah. Yeah.
So just keep working on that stuff and trying to get it better.
And then one thing I was just noticing for you is when we turn, like normally when you're in dance position, your head is here to the left.
Right.
And then when we do something that turns out to promenade, then at the end of it, unless he does something that releases us to open up, but at the end of it, we need to turn back here. So sometimes you get here, and then your body doesn't come back to this position. Okay. Like if you do the twinkle and the open right turn, that sequence.
Right.
So when you do the twinkle here, I'm going to turn out, then I got to turn back to here.
Okay.
Then here I'm going to turn out, then I got to turn back.
Almost right away.
Yeah, right?
Okay, let's practice.
So it's easy to turn out, and because it feels like you can kind of see what's going on over here if you leave your head.
Let's do the whole thing. Ready?
1, 2, 3, 1. Do you see right there? You just turned your head out. So during that open left turn, you kind of wanted to peek over there and see what was happening. Yeah.
Yeah, catch her every time.
Yep.
That's how we're gonna know when we did it wrong. Ready?
So it stays to the left. Keep it there. Whoop! You tried to peek. Right. You see where you want to go over there. It's tempting to want to see where you're going. So when you do the open left turn, if I just do that, I'll do your part once. So I'm going to be out this window the whole time. The first time I look that way is right here. Then I look back, then I look out, and look back. And then I stay over here until he does something that turns me to promenade again.
Okay.
Yeah? And then it makes it easier for you to...
Does that go with the nose and the toes?
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Go that way, my nose.
So it's probably just a habit that you got into of wanting to kind of look around there and see. So it stays to the left until the twinkle. All to the left. That's it. And now goes open. Now close. Open. Close. Stay closed. Closed. Open. Close. Open. Close. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yep.
That's really helpful because if you look the wrong way, it just ruins the look.
Yeah.
But it's easy to want to see over here because kind of like what's going on over that way because you're moving that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And then so when you're in this closed position, you want to be careful that
Not to go for it.
that you keep I try to kind of keep the distance here so.
Yeah, when I'm turning back and forth, it's easy to get out of it.
And the places that I think it's easy to kind of come in is when you step forward, like when you step forward or when you step back. Like when I take this step back, it's easy to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there. And then go ahead and do the box again. So it's easy right there to come in and it's easy right here to come in. So on those ones.
Right.
You're not doing it every time, but those are so you just do the open left turn one time and just think about on those forward and back steps.
That's leaning away from each other.
Yeah.
Postures.
Yep.
Right.
So watch it right here as you take your first step. And as you step forward. And right here as you step back again. There you go. That's it. Nice. Very good. Close it up. Watch it right here. Keep your space. Nice. There you go. Close it up. Perfect. Yeah. That's it. Much better. So those are all the little things that you can change pretty quick. I mean, you've just made some big changes. to keep that consistent while you're doing everything else is a challenge, but those are the things that are going to show up nice. Timing, you know, they're timing much better. Still occasionally when you start thinking about something else, it's like keeping that going the whole time, and like a metronome. And then movement is good. So that's something clearly you're clearly ahead of. And then posture is the next thing. That's
Posture and
the frame.
The frame.
Okay.
Posture and frame. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And the patterns are coming along. Just you know, just getting all those things when you're stepping between and angling the bodies and cool.
Okay. Super.
Yay.
So did you figure out the
How
song?
I got
You're
that
just
to play?
streaming that song.
Do you have your phone? You want to
Yeah.
try the same thing and see if it does?